child. Virgo, please sit the fuck down for like 2 weeks. Can you just do everybody? Maybe 2 to 4 weeks, 2 to 4, possibly. You won't do it, but everyone else around you would greatly appreciate you just like sitting the fuck down and reflecting a bit. What's up? It's your girl Jay, the High Priestess, back at it again with the general tarot reading for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2024, baby. Welcome to 2024. I forgot I gotta take my shoes off. I hope you had a happy solstice or equinox, excuse me. I don't know why I said solstice. Happy equinox, spring equinox. Your ruling planet, Mercury, is retrograding. As I'm filming this, he retrogrades tomorrow. I should have probably waited, but you won't, so why would I? You know what I mean? Like, you won't wait, so why would I? And Mercury is retrograding in Aries. So there are possibilities for like a tiny identity crisis and or existential crisis that may be afoot, but you got it. Nothing you're not used to already. I'm ready to dive in though, so I'm going to go ahead and create a safe space for my benevolent ancestors. Mother God, Father God, Mother Earth. Thanking you for the most useful, helpful, and divinely aligned messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2024. We're in eclipse season. Everybody's shit's getting rocked. It's what the fuck season, ultimately. But you are being asked to slow the fuck down. And I mean it. Like, I feel like if you don't slow the fuck down, you're going to have a hardcore identity crisis and or existential crisis, or your body starts to really like force you to shut down, force you to sit the fuck down. And I'd rather you voluntarily do it than your body shit out in some sort of way and you have to. There could be stuff with migraines. There could be like facial afflictions in some sort of way. You know, acne, cold sores, like getting hit in the face or something of that nature. Aries rules the head, and that's where your ruling planet is. 2:22 on the clock. And it's just time for you to start stepping into true mastery, because Virgo, when it comes down to it, you know better. And so why do you do what you do when you know what you know? And I feel like that's what Mercury retrograde is really asking of you. Why do you do what you do when you know what you know? And who are you? And what exactly do you really want to do about it? Let's dive in. For Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising for Aries season 2024. It's feeling like very short, curt, to the point. Like, you may be feeling that way. You may be experiencing that energy from other people, but I just feel like it's time to go back to the drawing board in regards to where on the totem pole you're prioritizing yourself. Messy bun, glasses, gauges, sweatshirt, sweatpants, boots. Like there's something about like you getting comfortable in your skin, being more comfortable with who you are, with how you present yourself. I feel like it's time to reevaluate your self-image, reevaluate your concept of me, reevaluate your aesthetic, reevaluate what it is that you're putting out into the world, reevaluate whatever it is that you're trying to pioneer or generate for yourself. It just feels like an important time to slow the fuck down and make sure that you're thinking all your thoughts, thinking the fullness of your thoughts, so that you can feel the fullness of your feelings. God, I turned notifications off. Anyway. For Virgo, Sun, Moon, and hydrate. Light it if you got it. I feel like you hardcore should be hydrating all Aries season, especially those of you who live in hot areas. I The Five of Pentacles. So first thing out to be clarified on the Selenite throne is you and your Captain Save-A-Ho tendencies. I'ma just say it. You and this fucking hero complex shit. Like, how is that serving you, huh? Are you starting to feel taken advantage of in some sort of way? Are you feeling left out, feeling like left out in the cold, feeling like the black sheep? Some of you are really feeling like, fuck, I take the brunt of the storm for everybody. I do everything. And with the ace here at the bottom of the deck, I like that it's there because that gives us the 6. And the 6 of Pentacles is like, hey, in some sort of way, you're accepting breadcrumbs of what you actually deserve. It's time to start asking for help. It's time to start evaluating or being more discerning in who has access to your help, who enables or activates that Captain Save-A-Ho shit inside of you. And for those of you who don't know what I mean when I say Captain Save-A-Ho, I mean somebody who, like, you always self-sacrificing yourself to, you always self-sacrificing to help somebody else. The people pleasery. The people-pleasing fuckery. It needs to be stopped because it's tampering with your money at this point. With the Five of Pentacles, it's like, it's time to clarify. Do you want to keep doing the work that you're doing? Do you want to stay at this job? What's going on with the financial conflict that you're experiencing? How can you get out of it? You can get out of it by way of slowing down and listening to your intuition, listening to what the God of your understanding is trying to tell you, listening to your body. There is conflict in the body. I feel like some of you may be like realizing you're anemic or you're malnourished or deficient in some sort of way. There could just be deficiencies coming up. Nice. I knew this was going to happen. I knew a chunk of cards was going to come out for you guys. And I just feel like, bam, once you acknowledge it, it gets better. The Wheel of Fortune, you're going towards the Wheel of Fortune. You're moving towards a turning point, a whole new chapter in luck, in life. There may be somebody with Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn placements that you're having a hard time with, or you're tired of taking care of them. Your things and people feeling like dead weight. There's turning points coming into your relationships with people with Sagittarius and Pisces placements. There may be some sort of an anniversary where things like really turn around. And the anniversary, I feel like it's your Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but specifically Virgo Sun and Virgo Rising. Your shadow is Pisces. Your opposite sign is Pisces, and Pisces is the spirit world. You're the 3D day-to-day world. And so you have direct access to profound intuition, to profound spiritual gifts. You need to be paying attention to your intuition. You need to be paying attention to the signs and wonders around you. The Wheel of Fortune is the most symbolic card in the deck, and I feel like you're needing to pay attention to more symbolism because the divine's trying to give you tools. The center of the reading is the Ace of Wands. This is a brand new relationship, a brand new relationship with yourself. This is whatever new enterprise or business that you're starting. This is great news. I feel like things are coming up, opportunities coming up, money coming up. And there may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements playing a big role. This is an influx of physical, spiritual, sexual energy. You feeling a boost. Your ruling planet is in fire, is in cardinal fire. So the original flame. You have access to this boost, to this heightened like movement, and you need to be using it very, very wisely. After that is the King of Wands. And then the final card, I love that. I knew this was going to happen for you guys. Final card is the Three of Cups. So I feel like you, Aries season, the start of it has been rough. These eclipses will be rough. The solar eclipse that we have on the 8th though, the 8th of April, is going to spin some shit around. It's going to, like, you're going in a different direction, and the new direction that you're going in is very positive. It's, but I feel like it requires you to pay attention. I feel like it requires you to really trust in the God of your understanding. It requires you to have your hands out and to allow yourself to feel worthy of being receptive to receiving versus you always being the one giving and giving and giving. And what it's giving, Virgo, is martyr mode. I do everything for everybody and nobody does anything for me and blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, all you had to do is say no. Or all you had to do was ask for help. you know, or all you had to do was like cut off this dead weight. All you had to do. So some of you are just really like, you're taking care of somebody or taking care of things for people. And I just feel like you have shown the fuck up so much for other people that the scales are finally recalibrating. The scales are finally like balancing out. And the divine is bringing in some really goodness. I'm excited to dive into the plunge and clarify these cards over on Patreon, patreon.com/JustJEverything. Come join the ethical cult. We're doing cool shit. It's fun. There's no Kool-Aid. Calm down. For free shit, though, check out my Instasham at JustJ_everything, TikTok at JustJEverything, and for other dope shit that I do, my website, JustJEverything.com. All the links are in the description box below, along with the channeled song that I hope you guys have been, like, peeping, because I've been doing that for a couple years at this point, and I get worried that nobody knows that I, like, take the time to choose a channeled song for each sign every month. So check the description box, get your vibe going. Center of the reading being the Ace of Wands, though, is this like, hey, you've got to choose, you've got to make better choices. The Ace plus the King of Wands is 2 wands. So it's time to take the road less traveled. It's time to get out of your comfort zone. It's time to start trusting in your originality. 1101, there's realignment that's coming in. I feel like there's some sort of like boost that's of energy, or something happens that's pushing you in a completely different direction. Some of you are going into more management. Some of you are becoming owners. Some of you are becoming CEOs. Some of you are becoming way more successful than you thought. You or someone around you, I feel like, has finally elevated up. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius placements really showing up or being like accomplishing something in some sort of way. I feel like you, though, are being celebrated. Also, some of you may have met somebody that's very successful and entertaining and charming, and you may be thinking about cheating. And I would not advise to do that. I would not advise to do that. I would not. Death reversed on the bottom of the deck, then Judgment on the bottom of the deck. If you cheat or step out or fuck up, you will get caught, you will get called out, and you will get demoted. And if not, left, if anything. Those of you, if you find that someone that you're with has cheated on you, I do feel like if you leave, you will find who is actually for you. Yes, it'll be sad. Yes, there will be healing that takes place. Yes, you will isolate for a while, but you'll finally come back into yourself. I don't know why I'm giving y'all plunge access right now, but you'll like recoup. And not only recoup, you'll like come out even better than you ever were if you allow yourself to move forward, especially if you're in some sort of relationship where deception is involved. Just make sure you're not doing the deceiving, Virgo. That's all that matters to me. But I do feel like on the flip side of that, some of you finally shoot your shot. Some of you finally go all in something and invest in something, and you will be celebrated. I feel like you're getting closer to having more friends, having more connections, having more like-minded individuals around you. There may be somebody with Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio placements coming to visit or coming to assist you in some sort of way. 1 major arcana, 1 ace, 1 court card. So let me zoom out a little bit because your relationship to conflict and why you're experiencing so much conflict is coming up for reevaluation. I feel like some of this stuff that you've been going through is like high-key self-inflicted, high-key user error, high-key like you not listening to yourself, you not listening to your body, and your body biting back in some sort of way. If your self-worth is waning, then your money is going to start waning. If you keep identifying as an outsider, I feel like you'll just keep feeling like an outsider versus going outside and doing what you love to do so that you can make new friends and have way more fluid, jovial, happy, like light-hearted connections. I feel like you need a reminder that like attracts like, you know, and so you taking care of yourself, you showing up for yourself is going to draw people into your life that do the same thing. And so in some sort of way, Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, I feel like this is a huge turning point for you. Also, keep in mind your ruling planet is all kinds of mixed up in this solar eclipse in Aries. So Mercury will be retrograde in Aries, but he's hanging out there with Venus. He's hanging out there with the sun. He's hanging out there with Chiron, the wounded healer, you know, the holder of your identity wounds, and the North Node, our mission in life and what we're supposed to be here to do. What we're supposed to be here to do. I feel like some of you are encountering a whole new purpose, a whole new lease on life. Some of you, like, the closer we get to Taurus season, like, it gets better. I know it gets better. Hey, you ain't gotta be stressed out and gone turn the music loud, and you ain't gotta no doubt that I know it gets better. Hey, you ain't gonna make it okay. Sorry. Hydrate. But over in the plunge, you'll be able to see the difference. It starts out dark, cold, and gloomy. And so you may be feeling really isolated, feeling like you got the weight of the world on your shoulders. That's one thing I noticed before I started reading for you guys. My shoulders started hurting like crazy, and I haven't like carried a backpack or anything like that. Like, it feels like I have like I've been carrying a backpack around all day. And I feel like this is you guys' energy. She's even like hunched over in the cold, you know, like trying to brace from the cold. So you may be feeling left out in the cold, or you may be feeling isolated. You may be feeling like, you know, kicked out of the group or pushed out of the family, or like you don't belong, or something of that nature. But I feel like your real family, your chosen family, is about to show the fuck up for you. You're going to start to realize who actually is your family, who actually loves you, who you need to be going to war for, who it's okay to play Captain Save-A-Ho for, because they would swoop in a second and do the same thing for you. Reciprocity is the name of the game here. And I just feel like Virgo, sun, moon, and rising, this retrograde is going to force you to see the ways that you have not prioritized yourself. It's going to force you to see the ways that you need to put your oxygen mask on first. And when you do, it's like there's this instant reward. You showing up and being self-oriented puts you in this place, in this position of mastery. And luck and fortune and things finally going your way, and you not feeling like there's this arduous climb. But with the death card reversed on the bottom of the deck, there is a big change, an ending, something that is profound, something that you know will hurt, that you've been putting off. And God been tugging on you about it for a while. And you will have to start over in some sort of way. But it's like, oh shit, allow me to reintroduce myself. Let me remind you motherfuckers who I actually am. I don't know why I've got all this attitude, but you do, because you do. And so with death card reversed, I just feel like you've been putting off things that you know that need to end. You've been keeping yourself from closing out cycles that have needed to be closed out for quite some time. It may involve somebody with Scorpio placements. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, I feel like there is a lot of expansion and forward movement when you let yourself study, when you let yourself relax, when you just let yourself read. If there are any obstacles in your life, you need to study them. You need to, like, the resolution is education. The resolution is giving yourself more knowledge. Confidence comes from competence. So if there is some sort of an obstacle, you are the one who will buckle down and make yourself competent in this thing, knowledgeable in this thing. And when you do it, the divine gives you this brand new opportunity. There's all this firepower. There's just lucky things that are happening to you. There's the magic wand of manifestation is being handed to you. Do you know what to do with it? Do you know what you want to create? If you could abracadabra your shit into, you know, the optimal place that you want to be, what is that? And what version of you is there? And what are they doing? What do they look like? Who are they surrounded by? How much money do they make? It's time to start dreaming those things up, because there's opportunities coming in that I feel like puts you in a place of mastery, management, leveling up in some sort of way. But I also feel like there's something about somebody can't keep their hands on you, off you. There may be someone with Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They don't have to, it doesn't matter their sign. I feel like somebody is like very hot for you or interested in you. And you need to figure out if it's mutual. You need to figure out if you're in a position to do something about it, or if this is, you know, some of you may be thinking that this person or this connection is a distraction. And you may be right, but I just feel like if you're in a relationship and you're curious about somebody else, you need to start to talk to whoever it is you're in a relationship with, so you can avoid doing some shit that you could possibly regret and welcoming in some sort of negative consequences to actions that are very much so avoidable had you had the hard conversation. I say a lot of you, but flip it. Maybe that's something that you're needing to say to somebody else, but either way, I feel like you're starting to, like, the birds of your feather are starting to come in so that you guys can flock together. There is some sort of like reunion or celebration. I also feel like some of you are drinking too fucking much. You know who you are. Some of you are smoking too fucking much. You know who you are. Some of you are in a place of numbing because you're too scared to say, hey, how long you been on the motherfucking crutches? How long am I gonna have to carry you? Please don't say it like that or in that tone. Mercury is retrograde in Aries, so you are likely to hurt some people's feelings if you aren't more masterful with your words, and if you aren't more masterful with all this firepower that you're getting ready to have access to. So slow the fuck down, journal, paint it out, write it out, sing it out, scream it out, whatever it is, 2222. It's time to operate on a more masterful adult level. And I just feel like you're being celebrated. You're doing incredible things. And there are people who you may be ignoring or you have put off in some sort of way that really could positively contribute to your betterment and for the next 10 years of you being like really, really happy. So, in Aries season, you're going to learn today. You're going to figure it out. The truth is going to be put on a silver platter and like splashed in your face in some sort of way. And you can't ignore this. I feel like the turning point that's coming, the changes that are being made are so blatant, so obvious, so real that it's just like, you don't need to ask for enlightenment. You don't need to ask for the plan. It's going to be really fucking obvious what is a yes and what is a no. And you just can't be afraid to rock the boat, baby, because that's the whole point. The boat was built to withstand the fucking rocking of the waves. So be willing to rock the boat. I'm excited to see where you go with this, and I'm excited to clarify this over on Patreon. Let's get into it.
For the full version of the video, go to Patreon.